Wherever you are in the world, and today it is the final day of the Criterium du Dauphine 2025. And yeah, it's a big one, isn't it? We've got Tadej Pogacar in that yellow jersey. We got Jonas Vingegaard and Visma Leasebike trying their best to do something. They have to do something. You can't just roll over to the Slovenian. But we've got about 74 kilometers still to go of the stage. We've had two categorized climbs already, and the next one is the Col de Béon. Béon, are we saying that correctly? And then we got two more categorized climbs of the day, and then there's a bit of a plateau until they get to the finish. But the race situation on the road, we've got a breakaway up the road with 11 riders right now, courtesy of Pro Cycling Stats, because coverage hasn't started yet. And we're seeing Maxim van Heels. He was very good yesterday in services of Florian Lipovic. More about the German later. Sepp Kuss is up here. We saw him being used as a bit of an attacking satellite rider yesterday, and they're using him once more in that situation. His former teammate of Tobias Foss, the former Tour de l'Avenir winner of Ineos Grenadiers, I believe he was he not at the Giro? Yeah, he was definitely at the Giro. We were talking about him at the... No, he was not at the Giro. Mistake. Oh my goodness. He was leading in one of the... On the time trial stage, he was in the hot seat for a while. Valentin Panapatra for Soudal Quickstep. So maybe that's Remco Evenepoel getting a satellite rider up for later. That's quite a good strategy by Soudal, considering that he's been very exposed in this race in the mountain stages already. Then we've got Lenny Martinez, who we talked about so much. I was hoping a lot from the young French rider, but it's not quite been his race. Bruno Amarai as well. We saw him yesterday working for his teammate Paul Sissax, but crucially, Bruno Amarai is quite far up there in the mountains classification. So if he does take more mountain points here, takes this Cat 1, takes the Cat 2 and the Cat 3 and Cat 2 coming up, he will actually get that mountains jersey that is currently being shared by Santiago Buitrago, Sergio Higuita and Juan Tadej Pogacar. So it would be nice for the Frenchman to get that jersey, the national time trial champion, and a little good prize for AG2R as well. He's currently sitting 3 points behind them, but we'll see. He really needs to take this Cat 1 and then the Cat 3 and Cat 2 to hold off Tadej Pogacar. In this break as well, Ben Healy, we saw him struggling a bit yesterday. Enric Mas is up here as well. Remember him yesterday? Yeah, strange times. Thought he was a bit higher up. He's actually 7 minutes and 43 seconds down. He's got his teammate, a former yellow jersey wearer of this race, and that is Ivan Romeo. So Ivan Romeo is up here as well. Great to have so many people in the chat. We're almost at 300 people already, so welcome. We're only 3 minutes in. And yeah, we also have Mr. Mathieu van der Poel, the Flying Dutchman. I don't think he has the green jersey anymore. That's currently being held by Tadej Pogacar, but I think he's wearing it on behalf of him. And then we got Alexei Lutsenko. I definitely think Mathieu van der Poel is just doing this to get as much race training in as possible before the Tour de France. I hope he's going to the Dutch National Championships, but yeah, it's been very hard to find out who's going to the National Championships. And yeah, Jake Stewart was apparently part of that group as well. But they've got a lead of about 2 minutes and 30 on the peloton that does not have Jonathan Milan in it anymore. No Magnus Cort Nielsen anymore. No Louis Barret either. He's dropped out the back. So yeah, it's quite promising situation for the break. I mean, 2 minutes and 30. It's not. Yeah, it's fairly manageable, isn't it, by the group? But yeah, Florian Lipovic certainly has been, he's been a very good rider for, the last year, but he's really coming into his own here, a bit like Derek G last year with that third place at the Dauphiné. Maybe Florian Lipovic can do something similar. Him and Roglic, that's going to be a question for after this race. Who's going to be leading this race or this team into the Tour de France? Are they going to go in with a dual leadership? Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it? But are we going to get a winner from Visma Leasebike today? I mean, any kind of uphill finish, there is a bit of plateau, kind of lends itself to a Tadej Pogacar victory. And yeah, today is no different to say the least. But great to have so many people here already. We're on 34 likes already, and we had a poll as well. 250 of you have voted in the poll. Will Pogacar win the stage? And you guys have said yes, he will. So 73% or 77% have said that. Let's go for the Mountains jersey. Who do you think is going to win the Mountains jersey? Who will win the Mountains jersey? I think that's the next. Well, is that the only interesting one? Bruno Amarai. That I don't think I can spell his name properly, so we'll put Bruno Amarai. That is probably right. Wrong. Tadej Pogacar is obviously one of them as well, and then we got Higuita, who was trying to get in the break earlier but didn't manage to. Butrago, that's another name that I'm not spelling correctly. But my poor spelling of the riders' names, let's get involved in that as well. Who's going to win the Mountains jersey? Many people are going to go for Tadej Pogacar, I think. That cat won, but we have got Bruno Amarai in the breakaway. That's something to consider as well. He's currently sitting, I think, second. Well, what would that be? Fourth, but like behind 3 riders in the current standing. So the Frenchman definitely could win this, I think, if they're given enough to get over the Cat 1, of course, but also get the 2 others as well. If Tadej Pogacar wins, and I haven't heard this said many places, if he wins the stage, he will win the overall, and that means he is on 100 victories in his career. 100 victories. Quite incredible, to say the least, from a GC rider. Jake Stewart has been brought back by the peloton as well. We're also listening to the radio tour as well from it's a very good Twitter from the Dauphiné. It's called the radio tour Twitter, while the pictures are not quite visible. So radio tour is a very, very good place to see the updates as well. It kind of gives us an insight when you don't really have it. And they haven't updated really. 24 minutes ago they said Bernard was caught, Julien Bernard. And we've also seen Uno X doing a bit of polling as well of the peloton. So Uno X, I have to say, yesterday we were talking about it while it was happening, but Tobias Halle Johannessen was definitely interesting that he managed to get one up on Remco Evenepoel, but is sitting quite high in GC. The Norwegian that is kind of, we always hoped was going to deliver something. That Tour de l'Avenir is always kind of a sign of what can happen and what will happen in the future, but it hasn't quite been his way. So, but the breakaway, as we said, they've got about 2 minutes and 25 seconds, 11 riders up there, Sepp Kuss and Valentin Panapantra used as satellite riders, Enric Mas up there as, maybe trying to do Pierre Roland or Alberto Contador from Alpe d'Huez many years ago. And I think it's also just a good test. Like, for many of these riders, this will be the last racing they do before they get to the Tour de France. They might not go to the national championships. They're definitely not going to the Tour de Suisse, which I think starts today. Not that anyone really cares, because all the big favorites was here. And a bit of a shame. Almeida is there, so he might be picking up another race win. He's had a string of World Tour stage victories this year, but he's not in the race, so we're not going to talk about him here on the Dauphiné. So, UAE Team Emirates, super strong performance by them with this very, it's not weak, but it's just not their strongest climbing squad. But I think they've absolutely done a blinder here to hold off any advances by UAE Team Emirates of Visma Lease Bike, who have tried a number of different things to try and upset the rhythm of Tadej Pogacar. Tadej Pogacar was even saying in the interview, I think yesterday, that he was a bit unhappy with how Visma was riding on the downhill as well. So Visma Lease Bike may be thinking that the downhill is where they can put pressure on Tadej Pogacar. You don't really want to see violent or aggressive descending. We all know what can happen if they descend too fast. If the roads pothole, it can go very badly quickly. So I think it's fair enough that he kind of flags that concern that they shouldn't really be going full pelt there. 90% of you think Tadej Pogacar is going to win the Mountains jersey. But great to have so many familiar names in the chat. Ronda, Clifton Dunn, DB Cooper. Great to have you out of hiding again. Just Lito and Eldon as well. Great to have you all here, and let us know where you're watching from, who you think is going to win the stage. No Bardet in the breakaway, so that's a bit unsettling. Well, not unsettling. Unhappy for us that we're not seeing the Frenchman in his final day as a pro up towards the pointy end. But Maxime Van Hills, satellite rider, we would say. Sepp Kuss, satellite rider. Tobias Voss, satellite rider for Carlos Rodriguez. Question mark, maybe. Valentin Pandepantra for sure, for Soudal Quickstep, for Remco Evenepoel. Lenny Martinez, satellite rider for Santiago Buitrago? Probably not, because Buitrago is not even in the top 10. Bahrain have been a bit underwhelming here, but who cares? This is the dress rehearsal. It's not the main thing. Tour de France in July, that's the main thing. So if they can get themselves together, then yeah, maybe. Bruno Marais, the rider that we said potentially could be walking away with the Mountains jersey after picking up a number of points over the last few days. Has been visible in the break as well. And I don't think, let's just go through the history of the Mountains jersey as well, because I can't quite think who won it in the last few years. I mean, last year, the winner of the Mountains jersey was Lorenzo Fortunato. He went on to win it at the Giro this year, as we know. And the year before, when Jonas Vingegaard won it, it was Giulio Ciccone who won it. And he's, of course, won the Mountains jersey in the Tour as well. Pierre Rolland, of all people, in 2022. I know that name very well, Pierre Rolland. Very good rider, French rider. But he won the points in 2022. Can I make sense of this? Is that when they actually went to his hometown? But I mean, I'm going down a very funny cul-de-sac here. But yeah, many big riders have taken the polka dot jersey here in the past in the Dauphiné. And it could be Bruno Marais adding his name, being the first French rider to do that since Pierre Rolland back in 2022. Nevertheless, we're following the race. Stage 8, there's no stage 9. This is the final day. We've seen some dramatic stages here in the past as well. My favorite edition was when Chris Froome and Port were taking chunks out of each other, and Jakob Fuglsang walked away with a win. They weren't on the same team anymore. But we've got, as well, what are we seeing here? I'm just trying, they haven't given us an update about the front, because it looks like they have crossed the Cat 1 climb, so TV pictures are coming very, very soon. And Archie Ryan has abandoned the race, so any Irish fans, including our own Paddy, is going to be very upset about that. Quite a few people abandoning today's stage. Considering they got through yesterday's stage, maybe that's what took a real chunk out of them, to say the least. Lenny Martinez we'll see what he can do here on this stage. It would be great to see him doing something. Apparently Andreas Kron is pulling in the peloton, but I thought Andreas Kron had left the race. So somebody's not telling us something right. I thought he had abandoned, but Pro Cycling Stats is saying he's pulling. So they're saying he didn't start on stage 6. So I'll check with Radio Tour. This is, we're getting some weird statistics here. We just need the TV pictures, don't we? Some unusual things, that's what we're seeing here. But we're still waiting for the confirmation of the Mountains jersey and who won that Cat 1 sprint. That is a big question here. Are we going to see Bruno Marais' name? Is he going to be in the virtual Mountains jersey classification here? But we still got 64.7 kilometers, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So the break are starting to get reeled in here by the peloton. And it's looking like we're going to get another victory from Tadej Pogacar potentially here. But they've got in the Saint Michel de Morinin, terrible French. We're going to get bonus seconds available as well. No one really in the break will care too much. Enric Mas is probably the highest up we have in the GC. Yeah, 10th. He's 10th in GC. So if it's stopped right now, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, he would jump up, and he would jump up into what? He would jump up into, let's see, 2 minutes. He would jump up into fifth place. He would surpass Tobias Haller Johannesson, Paul Cesar, Matteo Jorgensen, Ben Tollett. Ben Tollett, what a ride from him. Kind of been talked about a lot on the UK scene anyway, about being this super talent in the making. But yeah, just hasn't really delivered on that promise. He's taken a few wins here and there, but yeah, just needs a bit more. Just a bit more. What we're saying as well, this stage is an uphill from start to finish. Yeah, it kind of is, with that bit of a plateau towards the end after the last Castrized climb. So we'll see if the riders can do anything about it. Are we going to see that breakaway staying away all the way to the finish? Very doubtful. There's no Romain Bardet in there, which is a bit of a shame. But we still have Van Heels in there, Maxim Van Heels, the new boy for Red Bull Bora-Hansgrohe, Sepp Kuss, the Vuelta a España winner from 2023, Tobias Foss, the former Tour de l'Avenir winner and former world champion in the Time Trial Championships, Valentin Panapantra, the newer rider for Remco Evenepoel, and yeah, he's definitely up here to try and limit that isolation that we saw from Remco Evenepoel yesterday, and the day before as well, and the day before that as well. Lenny Martinez, superstar in the making. Second place in the Tour of Romandy. Lost on the final day in the time trial to Joao Almeida. Bruno Amarai, we saw him working quite well. He was the one who ended the run of Romain Bardet in the front yesterday. Quite annoying, wasn't it? AG2R attacking one of their old riders in his final few days. Absolutely despicable. French on French violence in cycling. Yeah. They also were riding together after he did that, and you could see Romain Bardet ignoring Bruno Amarai. But Ben Healy up here as well, the Irish rider. Enric Mas, yeah, as we spoke about, 10th place in GC currently. Ivan Romeo as well, the yellow jersey wearer and stage 3 winner of this stage. Mathieu van der Poel, don't really need to say anything about him. We all know who he is. Alexei Lutsenko as well, 13 minutes and 56 seconds down. The Israel Premier Tech Kazakh rider who, of course, escaped away from, unfortunately, the team Astana, who were in a bit of problems. Maybe, yeah. So he was maybe thinking, I definitely want to be on the World Tour next year. He should have stayed with Astana, shouldn't he? Israel Premier Tech are going to get up there as well. I haven't seen any confirmation of that sprint, the mountains, the Cat 1, so quite unusual. I'll try and get it, because that is quite an important amount of points here. So for whatever reason, we're not getting that. Radio Tour has not said it either. Maybe the official page of the Dauphiné will tell us. But yeah, that's quite unusual. They just missed out a very important stat there. But apparently Romain Bardet at the start of the day also given a royal, a guard of leave with all the teams. So that was good to see. But Romain Bardet is such a good rider, such a good ambassador for the sport. But yeah, sad that we're not seeing him in his final stage on the breakaway here. And yeah, we'll wait and see what he can do later on, what's going to be the next chapter of his career. Yeah, it's looking interesting, isn't it? But for the time being, there's a break up towards the front, and it's an interesting stage. It's not quite that uphill that we had yesterday, but it is a net uphill all the way to the finish line. And yeah, the final stage of this year's Criterium du Dauphine, the last test for many of these riders before we come to the Tour de France. Still not getting an update on. I can't find anywhere where they have that mountain sprint here confirmation on who won that. So we'll wait and see. Hopefully we'll get that in a bit. We've got still 2 minutes and 15 seconds. We've got 59.8 kilometers still to go of this stage, and this is looking promising for the breakaway right now. If they can carry that 2 minutes, well, if they can have 2 minutes 30 by the bottom of that 9.7 kilometer climb and Tadej Pogacar doesn't lift off, then obviously they have a bit of a chance. But I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's happening, if I'm honest. I think we would be fools to think that he is going to be giving any prizes away. He's already won 3 stages of this one already, of this year's Criterium du Dauphine, and maybe they're going to do exactly the same here, UAE, and it'll be a copy and paste from yesterday. He attacked from 11.9 kilometers from the finish here, and he could definitely do that again. Well, no, he can't, because the climb's only 9.7 kilometers. But he could definitely attack, and it's going to be quite hard for anyone to follow. He did actually get out of the saddle this time. He did actually look like he was putting some effort in to drop everyone. But his level is right now quite unreachable by a lot of riders, and he's simply he's just in a league of his own right now. And I think Jonas Vingegaard and Visma Lease Bike will really have to try and do something. Of course, they've got the care package of Wout van Aert and Simon Yates coming in, and obviously a 3-week race is very different to that of a 1-week stage race like we have here. Maybe he'll just burn himself out, but we said that last year as well when he came from the Giro d'Italia to the Tour, and he looked better than ever. So yeah, we've got Uno X pulling in the peloton as well. Are they thinking about Tobias Halle Johannesson maybe doing an onslaught and try and get onto the podium? I think that would be quite ambitious. Maybe he can get rid of Remco and climb up to 4th, but a top 5 place for Tobias Halle Johannesson would be quite good as well. One of the other Tobiases is in the break as well. We've got Tobias Bayer and Tobias Lund Dyson, so there's quite a few Tobiases in cycling. And Tobias Ludvigsen as well. So, yeah, all the Scandinavians have their own Tobias. But, yeah, Tobias Foss up there, Sepp Kuss, we said satellite riders, Maximilian Hill, satellite rider as well. Valentin Panapanta up there as well. No UAE rider, that's kind of the, not red flag, because they've been doing fine without sending anyone up there. So they really don't care about Visma Lease Bike's attempt to send Sepp Kuss up there. That they don't mind about that. Absolutely not. They're completely fine with that. They're like, you do you and we'll do us. But we still got 57.5 kilometers to go. There's 3 more categorized climbs left of the day. The first categorized climb that they'll embark after this Cat 1 climb is the 2.5 kilometer Cat 3 climb with 7.5%, and then we've got a Cat 2 climb right after that at 6.3 kilometers and 6.1% climb, and then a bit of a descent, and then they get towards that Cat 1 climb, the final categorized climb of the day, of the race as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day here. How much are they going to push? A lot of riders in problems today as well. Very hard racing. We know that UAE Team Emirates, they train very hard. Was it Nils Pollitt said most of the time he does 500 watts when he's out training with Tadej Pogacar? Not surprising, but crazy. Most wins in the Criterium du Dauphine, a bit of a history lesson for us, is none other than the Badger himself, Bernard Hinault, and Chris Boardman has 8 wins in the Dauphiné. Wow, didn't know that. We learned something new. But Mathieu van der Poel has attacked off the break, so the Flying Dutchman is trying to fly off the front. What can he do here? Could Mathieu van der Poel make it all the way to the finish? I mean, there's not many things this man can't do on a bike. So I wouldn't kind of doubt him, but it's certainly, it's a hard ask, isn't it? It's quite hard if he's going to be able to do this. But we'll wait and see. With intrigue, we'll see if he's going to be able to do this. I'd love to see Mathieu van der Poel, such Mathieu van der Poel-esque attacks. We haven't really seen it. And we will wait and see what happens. It's crazy interesting with Mathieu van der Poel, everything he does. But let's just remember the fact the fact is, as much as we love him, he hasn't actually taken a stage win in the Tour de France since 2021. And I still think that is a crazy feat, this. Crazy statistics, not a feat. It's a blemish on his record. We want him to have more, but obviously in that time he's won how many monuments, he's won how many world championships, he's won how many other things. It's not just about the Tour for him. So you can't really, his legacy is protected. There's no doubt about that. There's no anything. We know who he is. Everyone knows the name. He's multiple champion. And I think he desperately wants to try and win a mountain bike world championships as well. But anyways, 55.7 kilometers. Mathieu van der Poel has built up a lead of 16 seconds to that second group. He has a lead of 2 minutes 42 seconds to the peloton, which we were saying was being pulled along by Uno X. And we still don't have a confirmation of that mountains point. So I'll see if I can... Yeah, Pro Cycling Stats haven't updated that at all. So we're really in the blind here. If anyone in our chat, 600 of you, do you know who won the mountain sprint on the Cat 1? That's really frustrating with the mountains jersey being so close. Ugh, silly. But Mathieu van der Poel, the Flying Dutchman, reaching out for glory. Dauphiné and Mathieu van der Poel, does that ring a bell for anyone? It does not ring a bell for me, and that is because we've never had him in the Dauphiné before. Of course, we've seen him at the Tour de Suisse, and there he did remarkable wins a few years ago. But the Flying Dutchman also won the Tour of Belgium, of course, in this kind of time period leading up to the Tour. And what is his role going to be in the Tour de France team? Of course, I said he hasn't won a stage in the Tour de France, but he's been absolutely a weapon for Alpecin in terms of the lead out for Jasper Philipsen. And I think without Mathieu van der Poel, I don't think that will be happening. But great to have so many people in the chat. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Smash the subscribe button as well. Let's try and get as high up as we can on the subscribers, because we got plenty of videos coming out. We got a video coming out tomorrow and Tuesday, Wednesday as well, and then plenty of things before the Tour de France. There's a lot of racing to go before the Tour. We even got the Copenhagen sprint coming up, so I'm looking forward to that. Where I was born to my home city, so quite a funny event. Mads Pedersen's going to be there, Tobias Lund and Andreasen. I'm not sure if Biniam Girmay is going to be sent there to try and get him a victory, but a new World Tour event, quite interesting. Nevertheless, Mathieu van der Poel in the front of a race, green jersey but not wearing it outright, 53 minutes and 4 seconds down. Is he being told by his good friend Tadej Pogacar to just to deny anyone mountains points as much as possible, or Bruno Marais at least? Who knows? Lenny Martinez, is he the one? Oh, we got confirmation. So the virtual mountains jersey classification right now, 13 points have gone to Bruno Marais today. So he's leading it by 5 points over Tadej Pogacar, Santiago Buitrago, Sergio Higuita. So he does need, he needs more than 10 points for a lead. There's 2 points available on the next climb. And it was, in fact, Lenny Martinez who took the 10 points. With confirmation now. 10 points for Lenny Martinez. 8 points for Bruno Marais. 6 points for Mathieu van der Poel. And the bonus sprint has gone to Mathieu van der Poel. He got 10 points in that category, or that competition. Letzi Lysenko second, but in the mountains jersey. So in terms of Bruno Marais, if he's going to be able to pull this off, he needs to definitely win the next Cat 3 climb coming up, which has 2 points for it. And then he needs to win the Cat, or the next one as well, which is 5 points. So that would be 7 points in total. And that would take him up to 12 points. So that would mean the last climb would not matter and he would be able to win it. So Bruno Marais, on paper, could win this. Mathieu van der Poel currently is sitting in the virtual green jersey as well, courtesy of winning that intermediate sprint. That means he is now at 79 points. Tadej Pogacar 69 points. So those two are gonna, yeah, be duking it out for sure. And yeah, interesting. Two of the jerseys that Tadej Pogacar had on are under attack. Is the yellow jersey going to be under attack as well? I wouldn't count on it. Well, I think it is going to be under attack, but are they going to be able to do anything about it? I think that's another question. I don't think Visma Lease Bike have the ammunition here to unseat him, if we're honest. I don't think so. I don't think any of us think that right now. But for the time being, yeah, it's going to be interesting with that bunch of satellite riders we've got in the second group behind Mathieu van der Poel. And yeah, this is a promising stage, promising finale here. 52.5 kilometers, Mathieu van der Poel in that green jersey, virtually for sure, but he's wearing it as well. Reaching out for glory. Allez, Mathieu, come on, do it. 40 seconds on the second group, 3 minutes and 3 seconds on the group behind. The Flying Dutchman, he's done bigger feats already in his career. Can he add this to his impressive palmares as well? I don't know. We're sitting back in awe of this Flying Dutchman. Can he do it? Come on. Allez, Mathieu. Allez. Does he speak French? Probably, because his grandfather was the great Raymond Poulidor. So, yeah, taking 10 points, the 3 bonus seconds as well. Alexei Lutsenko taking 2 bonus seconds, and Enric Mas as well taking 1. And he's, of course, one of the riders who is in the top 10. Flying up that top 10 right now. But Mathieu van der Poel, this is one of his last kind of racing training sessions, you would say. How far can he keep UAE team Emirates and Visma Lease Bike? I don't even think it's UAE that's his problem. The real problem here is Visma Lease Bike, because they're going to be absolutely throwing everyone to the front and try and make it as hard as possible to isolate Tadej Pogacar. But, I mean, we saw that yesterday. Isolating Tadej Pogacar doesn't do anything when your man is also isolated. So, yeah, a bit disheartening for all Jonas Vingegaard fans, myself included as well, obviously, being Danish. But 51.6 kilometers, we're seeing the peloton. It looks like they're going quite fast here from the back. We're seeing Mikael Valgren, another Danish rider, former Omloop Het Nieuwsblad winner, former Amstel Gold winner, has had a bit of injury problem in the last few years, but is back on the top level. Is he going to be at the Tour de France next month? Who knows? But for the time being, he's on the wheel of Louis Meintjes. But we still have the green jersey of Mathieu van der Poel. Green jersey has, of course, been won by his arch rival, his career rival of Wout van Aert before. So, yeah, whatever... Well, we normally say whatever Wout van Aert can do, Mathieu van der Poel can do as well. But that's not strictly true, is it? Because Wout van Aert is very, very good when it comes to Grand Tours. And Mathieu van der Poel equally good in the domestique role as well. We've seen that. He actually helped Jasper Philipsen deny... yeah, well, did he help him? He denied Wout van Aert a stage win in the Tour, but it was Mads Pedersen who actually... won that stage in stage 8 into Limoges a few years ago. But the breakaway, we're seeing them. Bruno Amarai, the man, currently sitting in the virtual Mountains jersey, but he does need to get the points here. So I hope he's good at maths, because the math is not mathing right now. He needs to get, yeah, well, if he's going to lose the points now, if he's going to lose the points, yeah, we will wait and see. We will wait and see. But as confirmation finally from the organizers as well. Lenny Martinez getting the 10 points on that Cat 1 climb. I mean, Bruno Amarai desperately needed the 10 points there, but yeah, leaving it quite late here to try and get the Mountains jersey. It's like, well, I think we've all done exams in the chat, and sometimes you just can't be bothered and you leave it to the last night and you're studying frantically, and it's a bit like that. He's left it till the last minute here, Bruno Amarai. But AG2R, I mean, if they could get the Mountains jersey with a top 10 with Paul Sissacs, that would be a pretty good Criterium du Dauphine, I think, from them. And they even denied, Romain Bardet that bit of glory yesterday. That was so cruel. So cruel. I think that was too much. But we are on the final stage of the Criterium du Dauphine, one of the last World Tour stage races before the Tour de France. Of course, we got the Tour de Suisse starting today as well. Why they overlap, I will never understand. Put the Tour de Suisse on Monday. Don't start it on the same day as another race. World Tour races should not be allowed to overlap. So when I become UCI president, that's never happening. But if it was, that would be one of the rules I'd be making. And no races during the Tour. 49.6 kilometers, but it's quite harsh to continental teams, isn't it? Nevertheless, 49.5 kilometers still to go here. We've seen pictures of Paul Césac, the young superstar in the making for Decathlon AG2R La Mondiale team. And yeah, the youngest rider of the race, but currently sitting 6th place. Such a talent, the new superstar of France. They lose Romain Bardet, but they gain Paul Césac. 3 minutes and 1 second is what the peloton have to make up on the Flying Dutchman. But yeah, we should probably do some polls as well. Who you think's been the best team? Yeah, who's been your favorite team of this year's Dauphiné? Or who's disappointed the most? Who has been the best team? Uno X are still pacing at the front here. UAE Team Emirates are well and truly getting another armchair ride here by another team. I mean, UAE are absolutely doing their best here to get other teams to pace for them. So yeah, they're enjoying that. And thank you, Rhonda and Clifton Dunn, for the support of my my UCI campaign, which is definitely not happening anytime soon. But the breakaway out in the second group, 45 seconds, 2 minutes and 53 seconds behind. So Uno X are making a bit of an inroads here. Who's been the best team of the Dauphiné? Visma Lease Bike, UAE, or who else could we put in there? Uno X or AG2R? I think that's the teams that we should be going for. I think maybe let us know in the comments if you disagree, if there's another team that I missed out on. I would say the team of this Dauphiné has definitely been UAE. The way they played with other teams, the way that they've really ridden for Pogacar with the limited riders would be impressive. It is quite impressive, I have to say. 47.8 kilometers still to go here of the stage. 45 seconds behind, 2 minutes and 52 seconds for the break. Mathieu van der Poel just doing his best. It's effectively a 47-kilometer time trial for him now. He's on that Cat 3 climb, the third last of our categorized climbs of the Criterium du Dauphine 2025. 2.4 kilometers left for the Flying Dutchman. He's definitely going to take the 2 points at the top. Lidl Trek. Actually, I agree, Jason. Yeah, Lidl Trek. They have been quite good as well, so I should have put them in there, so apologies. And thank you, thank you, Clifton Dunn, for the UCI Presidential Campaign Fund. When's the next election? Oh my goodness, that I feel like that's a job where you just get a lot of hate, especially when you're not doing it very well. I don't know, is the current one, the French guy, is he doing a good job? Is it the French guy? Yeah. But right now we're seeing the second group here, Movistar. They're chasing, who's this? Is this Romero or is this Enric Mas? I would suspect it's Romeo who's pulling now, with Enric Mas trying to hide behind. But I could be wrong here. They're on that Cat 3 climb as well. Are they going to be closing in on Mathieu van der Poel, Sepp Kuss, Tobias Foss, Panapantra on his wheel? They're not going to do anything, these satellite riders. They're going to follow the wheels. We're seeing the Ecuadorian national champion of Jonathan Narvaez, one of those riders who did a very good job to set up Tadej Pogacar a few days ago, and such a strong rider. The Tour Down Under winner, stage winner in the Giro d'Italia last year as well, when he was riding for Ineos. But for the time being, he's on domestic duties. I wonder if he's going to be in here. We've had an abandonment of a UAE rider, a Slovenian, but it's not the Slovenian we're all thinking about. It's Doma Novak, the Slovenian national champion here. 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Not quite sure what that was about. Maybe he was involved in a crash early on. but 55 seconds for that second group. So Mathieu van der Poel is extending his lead here. 47 kilometers left of the Criterium du Dauphine 2025. And we're seeing Movistar trying to wake up the second group here to try and bring back the Flying Dutchman, the talisman of Alpecin-Deceuninck, the absolute demigod of cycling. Obviously, we know I'm a super Mathieu van der Poel fan. That is so true. And yeah, we will wait and see what happens here. 55 seconds. Bruno Morai in that group. Ben Healy in them. Enric Mas, as we said. It must be Romero. It can't be Enric Mas doing the chasing here. But Uno X behind. They've gotten the gap down to 2 minutes and 40. Come on, Norwegians. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, Visma Lisa Bike in with another yellow jersey. And that is the one with Tadej Pogacar, the world champion, doing his best here. What can we do here? What can they do? They've got now the Cat 2 climb that we talked about, 2.5 kilometers, 7.6% average gradient. It's a very close poll now. You guys are between Visma Lease Bike and UAE Team Emirates. Visma Lease Bike, have they been the team of this Dauphiné? I mean, they've tried to spice it up a bit, so in that sense, yeah, but I really think the teamwork that I saw with Tim Wellens, Narvaez, and Tadej Pogacar has been absolutely phenomenal. Uno X here, we're seeing them pushing on. 0% of you have voted for Uno X. 0%. So 0% of you believe Uno X has been the team, and only 1% of you believe it's been AG2R. Thank you, Rhonda, as well, for contributing to the presidential fund. Yeah, maybe I'll run in 20 years. Yeah, who knows? But Mathieu van der Poel still out in front here. What can he do? Can he really take it to them here? We got plenty of riders in that break group behind. Who have we got pacing on? I think Alexei Lutsenko, the channel favorite rider here, the Kazakh rider, is trying. He's fed up a bit, so he's just pushing on here. Sepp Kuss doing absolutely nothing from him. And he doesn't have to because his leader's out towards the back. And yeah, as Clifton Dunn is saying as well, I will miss AG2R. Yeah, if you haven't heard the news, they are going to be leaving the sport for the first time as a sponsor for the first time in 27 years. L'Oreal is going to be taking up that sponsor duty, but I don't know if they're going to be bringing more money to the party. Potentially. Who knows? And right now we're seeing riders dropping out the back here. The pace being put on by Uno X is taking some casualties here. So they're doing their best here. 2 minutes and 42 seconds for the peloton still to make up. 800 meters for Tadej Pogacar. I mean, who won? Yeah, who got second place in that? Yeah, we'll have to see the points classification. Who got that? Oh, not the points. The mountains on that Cat 3, because we're still talking about that Bruno Morai. He needs to get as many points as possible to deny Tadej Pogacar if he's going to pick up the 10 points on that final climb. 2 minutes and 39 seconds here. And yeah, it's coming down for sure, courtesy of Uno X. What they're doing, anyone's guess. We've seen so many teams do something. Normally it's because they miss out on the breakaway, or they don't like, they feel threatened. And I think Uno X are feeling threatened by Enric Mas. So Enric Mas is the reason Uno X is pacing, I would assume. But 45.7 kilometers still to go here of the stage. And we're getting up to the top of that climb, the Cat's Rise climb. It's going to be Mathieu van der Poel taking the first points. But who's going to get the second place? 2 points for him. We assume it's him because he's got 350 meters left. And then we'll see who of the chasing group will be able to get that 1 point, the solitary point. Bruno Amarai, you need to get that point. You're only 5 points ahead of Tadej Pogacar right now, virtually. So, yeah, he probably regrets not having gone in the breakaway or not doing a bit extra to get something. So yeah, we'll wait and see. But Mathieu van der Poel doing a daring ride here, still out in front, 50 seconds of a lead to what used to be his breakaway companions. He's got 2 minutes and 39 seconds of a lead as well. So, yeah, still a long way for the Flying Dutchman, but if anyone can do it, it certainly is him. How much of a lead does he need on that final climb? He looks a bit exhausted. He needs to keep fueling up here. But 45.3 kilometers still to go here of the stage. And of the Criterium du Dauphine as well. Flying all day. It looks like it's raining a bit. Looks like rain. So rain could make the riders a bit cold as well. And yeah, it's probably quite hot there. It's been quite hot in France in the last few days. But Mathieu van der Poel, 45 kilometers is all that separates him from a debut stage win in the Criterium du Dauphine here. What is his role going to be in the Tour de France later on? We'll wait and see for that. But 50 seconds down, we're seeing the chasing group here. Are there going to be any charity given out to Bruno Marais here? Leno Martinez, was that just to try and defend Santiago Buitrago's jersey at the time? But obviously he's not got that jersey anymore. Virtually anyway. Santiago Buitrago and Sergio Higuita missing out on the break. I think Sergio Higuita was up there in the break, but just missing out when it really mattered. And yeah, great shame for him. But we are seeing plenty of riders in that break, as we said. Red Bull even having Maxim Van Heels, one of their newest signings from last year. Already having tasted success twice this year in the Vuelta a Andalucía and in the Tour of Norway, but now being used as a pawn for Florian Lipovic, one of the real success stories of this year's Dauphiné. Oh, Mathieu van der Poel, bit of a mess up there on the wet. He's really pushing there, but just had to clip out to save himself. So Mathieu van der Poel, a bit of sketchy part there. So good save by him. He's of course probably the best bike handler in the peloton, you would say, bar none. Anyone else better than him? Tom Pidcock. But 50 seconds here, and Mathieu van der Poel, 43.3 kilometers still to go for the Flying Dutchman. Wet descent here, wet conditions, always alarm bells. And none of these riders want to crash so close to the Tour de France. I mean, we saw Jonas Vingegaard, that phenomenal comeback from the Tour of the Basque Country, but crashing here is kind of like, yeah, your Tour de France is over. Let's be honest. But 2 minutes and 44 seconds here. 2 minutes and 44 seconds for the Uno X riders. Probably very comfortable riding in wet conditions. Most of them coming from either Norway or Denmark, as that seems to be their transfer policy as well. Are we ever going to see Jonas Vingegaard ride for Uno X? Or Mads Pedersen? Maybe. Probably not Mads Pedersen. He had that Little Trek lifetime contract, or career contract. But Mathieu van der Poel throwing everything at this, trying to do his best to get a stage win here. 42.5 kilometers, he takes more kilometers off. Getting into cyclocross conditions here, so maybe that could favor him a bit more. Wet conditions, tricky surfaces, but he needs to be doing something. And Jean-Marc saying it's 46 degrees in Phoenix. Oh my goodness, I can hardly handle 26 degrees. So 20 more degrees, that would be absolutely diabolical. But 52 seconds for that break behind. Did we actually get confirmation of who got their second points? It's quite annoying that they don't update it that quick. I can't quite see it. Bruno Marais apparently got 1 point, so he's up to 33 points, so he did get that second place. So yeah, he leads Tadej Pogacar right now by 6 points. There's 10 points available in that final one. So yeah, we can kind of do the maths here. He needs to get, effectively he needs to get the Cat 2 climb, needs to get the 5 points there, but he's not going to be able to do that. I think Mathieu van der Poel is going to sweep that up. So he'll have to settle for the 3 points, and the 3 points will only be 9 points. So he needs to get something on the final if he's going to be able to do it. But is that going to happen? Who knows? 52 seconds still. We've got a bit of one of these stale racing situations. They're doing good turns in the break here, working well together. 2 minutes and 48 seconds for the breakaway up to Mathieu van der Poel here. So Yeah, it's in the balance here with a Evenepoel. I mean, the 2 minutes and 44 seconds is not from the break to the peloton. It's from Evenepoel to the peloton. So yeah, those guys, they have about a minute and 50 to the peloton before being swept up. And Bruno Marais, if that happened, that is worst case scenario for him. So yeah, bit worrying, isn't it? Bit worrying, but we'll wait and see. Maybe they can hold off the clutches of the peloton for a bit, but yeah, it's very touch and go for them, especially with Uno X being so motivated, courtesy of of the man Enric Mas being up there. I'm surprised they let Enric Mas in the break, if I'm honest. Uno X, did they get caught off guard? Did they not notice that he was that far up in GC? Did they think that he was going to drop off earlier? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we'll wait and see here. Maybe they're going to be able to do something here to catch him up, to bring this back. But yeah, Uno X are splitting the peloton here. They're splitting the peloton. This is dramatic pictures that we're seeing. Uno X have got Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar are the only two riders on the Uno X train here. So the peloton have been split up here by Uno X, and UAE Team Emirates are not really trying to chase this back because they've got the yellow jersey rider. But Uno X splitting up the group. This is hilarious stuff. You don't often see this. So Uno X just getting rid of the rest of the peloton. They're looking back and kind of, what is going on, guys? I think they're going to sit up a bit here. But yeah, the peloton just got split there. Tadej Pogacar looking behind in disbelief. Guys, what's happening? Uno X is like, what is going on? 2 minutes and 54 seconds here. But Uno X are not letting up here. They're still going hard. They know that Enric Mas threat is up there. There's about 2 minutes between these two groups. But Uno X are absolutely throwing this, going crazy right now. So Uno X providing us with a bit of action after I said that was a bit of a stale situation on the road. But a bit of entertainment there by the Norwegian-Danish squad there. So great to see them. Great to have Paddy Dunn in the chat as well. And it's an exciting day. A wet day as well. Wet conditions always throws in some more dramatics for these gladiators. And I'm glad I'm not riding in this condition. I think I'm allergic to wet rain, or rain now, riding. Definitely not a fan of that anymore. But these guys are a lot harder than me, and definitely the Uno X riders. This is probably what they do in the winter camps, just riding through rain in North Norway and maybe just snow. So Uno X definitely providing us with a lot of entertainment here. I think it's time for a new poll as well, and a few of you actually did give Uno X a bit more. Yeah, James voting for Uno X as best team. I think after that bit of stunt, I would give them a bit more of a pat on the back. Absolutely incredible stuff there by them. Match van der Poel, 38.6 kilometers still to go for the Flying Dutchman. The Alpecin de Koenig, Talisman, the super talented cyclocross rider, the best cyclocross rider of his generation, of all time, I would say as well. Sorry, Sven Nys. Sorry, Eric de Vlaming. Sorry, Last Boom. Sorry, Stenek Stibar. This man is the best ever cyclocross rider, and he also has his side hobby of being a road race rider. He's got 6 kilometers until he reaches the Cat 2 climb, the penultimate climb of this year's Criterium du Dauphine. Of course, there's 5 points available at the top, 5 points that Bruno Marais desperately needs if he's going to be able to mathematically seal that Mountains jersey that he's currently wearing virtually. But yeah, Tadej Pogacar, if he does take the points at the top of that climb, is going to be winning that jersey along with that yellow jersey if he not also wins the stage. And if he wins the stage, he will be on his victory 100, courtesy of the stage and the overall. So history in the making, or is he going to hold off and maybe get that 100th win at the Tour de France? That would definitely make a bit more of a splash, you would think. So Tadej, for the good of statistics, wait until the Tour and let someone else win. for a change. But he is the modern day cannibal. He gives no packages for free or no victories for free here. We're seeing that group, the second group, Sepp Kuss taking it quite easy, Movistar taking it quite easy as well. And yeah, what's going to happen here? Are those satellite riders going to be used today? But Uno X, very motivated here today. Really just doing everything they can. Are they at the Tour de France this year? I'm not quite sure if they got a wild card. I'll double check that. But Uno X and a wild card this year in the Tour de France. They have, of course, been at the Tour de France. Tobias Halle Johannessen has been the first rider to crest the Col de Tourmalet. I don't know why I always remember that. But had a bit of argy-bargy going on with Ruben Guerrero. But Uno X are in the Tour. They are in the Tour. So we will be seeing them there. But Uno X, what can they do here on today's stage? Desperately trying to defend the 5th place of Tobias Halle Johannessen. One of the twins, his twin brother, Anas, won the Tour of Slovenia, as we spoke about. But Halle Johannessen here, what is his best result in the Criterium du Dauphine? He's been here before. Yeah, let's see. 2023, he was 15th, and Deca managed to get a top 10. And in 2022, he was 10th. So this would be the best result for him, and obviously a bunch of UCI points for the Pro Continental team, and just showing that we belong in ASO races as well. But a very wet day now. It hasn't been a wet day until now, but right now it's very wet conditions, and I definitely wouldn't want this. True, why did I put Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe? Okay, let's ask you guys that as well. Who should be the Red Bull leader at the Tour de France? Should it be Lipovic? Should it be Roglic? Should it be Vlasov? So I'll give context as well for that. So 37 kilometers still to go. So context in the new poll that we have. Who should be the new Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe leader? As we've got 37 kilometers left. 1 minute and 10 seconds for Mathieu van der Poel in the lead. He's got 4.9 kilometers left of this penultimate climb. And we've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds for the leaders to make up the yellow jersey group. But the poll, who should be leading Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe? Should it be Florian Lipovic, who's looking like he's going to be finishing 3rd and getting the white jersey? Should it be Primož Roglic, the highest paid rider and hasn't finished the Tour de France since 2020? Or should it be Alexander Vlasov, who's finished in the top 5 in the Tour before? So very strong riders, the 3 of them. Roglic, of course, the Vuelta a España winner, defending champion. We're seeing Mathieu van der Poel here in the car as well. 4.5 kilometers, just getting a feed here as well. Really needs to keep eating, but I mean, he knows best. He knows his body so well. And yeah, 4.4 kilometers still of this Cat 2 climb. There's a Cat 1 climb left as well. So 9.7 kilometers still to go. And right now, the Flying Dutchman is doing an incredible job here to stay out in front. He's kept the advantage he's got to the Uno X-led peloton at a fairly good distance. How much time does he need to win this? Maybe that's the next poll. Will he win? Yeah, we will wait and see. But for the time being, it's a good position to be in for Mathieu van der Poel, being at the front with a bit of a lead. If he has the 2 minutes until the final climb, maybe, but he's expended a lot of energy to sustain that. And we know the climbers in the peloton are going to be fairly fresh, well, relatively more fresh than he is, courtesy being in the wheel of their teammates. So, yeah, it's looking promising here for Pogacar to take a stage win yet again, obviously, but it's could be one for Mathieu. Maybe Tadej will let his friend Mathieu van der Poel win. Maybe. But for the time being, 36 kilometers still to go here. He's got 4 kilometers left of the penultimate climb. Space is saying at least 5 minutes minimum. At least 5 minutes. Well, he's got 2 minutes and 43. So yeah, the only thing that is annoying is that we've got we got a motivated Uno X team, and that motivation is only because of a annoying Enric Mas who happened to get in the break. So yeah, oops, shouldn't have let him in the break. Guys, why did they let him in the break? Let's be honest. Why is that man even in the break? He shouldn't be allowed anywhere near the break. Uno X, you missed out on that. A bit of a whoopsie from Uno X when the break formation was going on. But for the time being, we're seeing them with U18 Emirates behind them. And yeah, it's promising, isn't it? It's promising for Mathieu van der Poel. We still are on kind of maybe he could hold out. But yeah, I'm not too certain. I'm still if it was flat, I think yes, probably. But right now, I have my doubts. I think we all have our doubts. We'll do that poll next after the Lipovic vote. But for the time being, Uno X are doing a stellar job as a team to try and manage and protect this this lead, or this fantastic position that they have to be as Halle Johannessen in. 3.4 kilometers or 3.3 kilometers left of that Cat 2 climb for Mathieu van der Poel, or less actually, 3 kilometers left. And the peloton behind, they're stringing out a lot here, so Uno X's pace is being felt like a ripple throughout the peloton. A lot of riders feeling the very hard 8 days of racing in their legs here. And yeah, less than 3 kilometers to the top of that penultimate climb of this year's Dauphiné. Absolutely ecstatic. If you're new here as well, why not hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, as that really helps. We've got plenty of stuff coming up. We've got a video tomorrow, not a stream, and another video as well on Tuesday or Wednesday. So a lot of good content coming out. And we've got the recap race analysis later today with Patrick Blake and myself. But 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the Cycling Day Extra channel, not this channel. And they're really getting strung out here, the peloton. Tadej Pogacar sitting with his team. The team has been okay. It's not been the greatest team because they didn't have that many climbers, pure climbers. Marc Soler is probably one of the riders I thought would do more, but Tim Wellens has been super strong, riding like two men. Narvaez, good in the moment he really needed him. And U18 members just riding behind Uno X here. So it's the two teams starting with U. And Visma Lease bike behind as well. 2.5 kilometers left of this Cat 2 climb. And they desperately need something to happen here. Visma Lease bike, if they're going to be able to take the jersey away from Tadej Pogacar. I don't think we're going to be seeing that. I think it is going to be the Slovenian winning. But Mathieu van der Poel here, looking very concentrated. His face is looking very evil. I've never seen him look that concentrated and determined. Fantastic riding by him right now. Sepp Kuss is still in the second move. So we still got Sepp Kuss in the second move. The second group, 1 minute and 6 seconds on to Mathieu van der Poel. But they have got around 1 minute and 36 seconds up between them and the peloton. So yeah, it's quite tight here. It's quite tight, and I would be a bit nervous. Here if I was any of these chasing riders. With the peloton so close as well, courtesy of Uno X. But Mathieu van der Poel still has a lead of about 2 minutes and 40. He's got 2 kilometers left as well. Bruno Amarai really needs to do something here. Maximan Hills here. It's really Movistar versus Uno X right now. Movistar versus Uno X. Scott, have you done any of these climbs? Oh, no. You know I hate a mountain, so I've definitely not done these climbs. Have actually done one mountain a few weeks ago, so that will be on the Cycling Day in Action channel tomorrow, one of the climbs, the first video from that climb. But yeah, no, I have not been in this region, I think. Nevertheless, 34 kilometers still to go. Less than 2 kilometers for Mathieu van der Poel to get on the top of this categorized climb, the final or the penultimate one of the day. He's going to pick up those 5 Mountains jersey points. We're seeing pictures of Romain Bardet in his final day as a pro. And what a great chapter his career has been to French cycling as well. Former podium finisher in the Tour de France, former polka dot jersey winner as well. And has been here, there, and everywhere. Here, there, and everywhere. So, yeah. Just not having anything left in the legs here. We saw him yesterday, but here, nothing. Well, maybe I'll attack on the final climb. Can we just get the whole peloton to agree to give this win to Romain Bardet? No? Is that not happening? Maybe not. But 33.7 kilometers still to go. What am I covering tomorrow? Well, I'm not covering the Tour de Suisse, sadly. But it'll be a video not about the Tour de Suisse. That's the clue I'm giving. Tour de Suisse, yeah. Did try to get the highlights package, but yeah. Broadcaster rights and all that got in the way, unfortunately. So, yeah. I did try, guys. I did try. But right now we're seeing the conclusion of the Criterium du Dauphine. We're getting ever closer to the final Cat 1 climb of the whole race. The last ASO race before, well, maybe not, is the Copenhagen Sprint. Is that an ASO race? Yeah, but this is the last big test for the big 3 riders. Remco Evenepoel. A few of you don't even want Remco Evenepoel to be in the top 3 bracket in the same breath as Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar anymore, which I thought was, yeah, quite critical considering Vuelta España winner, Olympic champion twice, world champion in both the road and the time trial, and then obviously also that Vuelta España win and 3rd place in his first ever Tour de France. So, yeah. We will see. But Uno X are still plodding along here. They're still not happy about Enric Mas being in the group. So it's literally Uno X versus Ivan Romeo here. And great riding by them right now. And are we going to see Mathieu van der Poel winning this? He's keeping his leash to the peloton quite consistent at about 2 minutes and 40, 2 minutes 42. 800 meters left of this climb here. Bruno Amarai, you need to go, my son. You need to go. Because if you have any hope of getting that Mountains jersey, it's absolutely being wiped off the floor by these Norwegians. Bruno Amarai is currently virtually in that jersey, as we were saying. But, yeah, Mathieu van der Poel absolutely riding out of his skin here. Very determined ride by him. The green jersey virtual classification wearer. If he wins the stage, he's probably also going to win the green jersey. I mean, he will. Yeah, he will win the green jersey as well. So he needs to win to get the green jersey as well, because if Tadej Pogacar wins this, that is gone. That is absolutely gone. But 32.4 kilometers left from him. That's nothing for a pro rider. It's less than an hour's worth of effort. So I'm sure he can do it. Come on. Come on, Mathieu, we believe in you. We'll do that as the next poll. When we get to 300 people in the poll, we're on 280, so when we get to around 300, we'll change it to that. Will Mathieu van der Poel win the stage? So I'll give you a bit of time to think about your answers. But for the time being, 32.3 kilometers, 180 meters left of this penultimate climb, the Cat 2 climb. He's got one more Cat 1 climb to go. And yeah, the breakaway behind, what's left of his former breakaway companions, are trying to do their best to, well, keep off Uno X. I think Movistar need to think about this, because I think they should stop. I think Movistar should go back with Enric Mas, because if they go all out, if he goes for it as well, maybe he'll waste too many bullets, and then when they come to the final climb, then he could go completely out the back, and then he loses a top 10 completely. So it could go sideways very quickly for Enric Mas and his top 10 aspirations here in the race. 31.9 kilometers still to go here. We're still seeing Movistar plodding along here, trying to rescue this attempt of getting further up in the GC with Enric Mas, their star rider of this race, even though Ivan Romero has won won the jersey and taking their stage win. Yeah, as Clifton Dunn says, they need to move. There's no more racing after this. This is it. We've got 31.8 kilometers left of the 2025 Criterium du Dauphine. There's no more kilometers left. So yeah, give it all. Give it all here. Give it full beans, as I think Patrick Blake says that. But 1 minute and 13 seconds here, so they're losing a bit more time to the yellow jersey group here. 2 minutes and 40 seconds, still around that gap that we were talking about earlier for Mathieu van der Poel. So he's doing a good ride here, a very good ride from Mathieu van der Poel. But Uno X, I'm very impressed by this. They're not headless chickens. It's not Ineos Grenadiers at the front. There is a purpose with this. They're trying to close down Enric Mas. That's it. Space is saying Kus for the stage. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, smash the like button as well if you haven't already. As Rhonda said, we're very close to 200 likes. I think we got 400 and something yesterday, so I'm sure we can go do better than that today. But Uno X absolutely just smashing it up this climb, and I promised you a new poll. So yeah, you guys think it should be Lipovic as the leader for Red Bull. Will Mathieu van der Poel win the stage? Yes or no? I am going for yes, but who saw that coming? A Mathieu van der Poel fan voting for him to win a race. Yeah, I think we all could see that coming. Yeah, but for the time being, it's still Uno X pushing on here. A lot of tributes to Romain Bardet from the side of the road as well. So great to see that as well, as such a great ambassador for French cycling. And yeah, just seems like a really nice guy. We have the video as well. I should post that as well in the chat. Some of you watched it. Was it yesterday? But yeah, I'll make sure you guys can see the link again. But for the time being, that poll was inspirational. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, if they were watching, 55% for Lipovic, 40% for Roglic, and 3% for Vlasov. So not much faith given in Vlasov. He's not had the greatest season this year as well. He's not in this race. He's going to be in the Tour de Suisse, which is also here. Tour of Switzerland. Yeah, but for the time being, we're seeing Uno X here, still leading through, yeah, a bit of road furniture here, splitting the peloton a bit. But Uno X doing a very solid job to try and minimize the deficit that they have on Enric Mas here. So Enric Mas and Movistar definitely in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, 30 kilometers still to go here. 30 kilometers still to go. Mathieu van der Poel still out in front. 1 minute and 10 seconds of a lead to that second chase group that has quite a lot of good climbers. And yeah, many of you not in my corner. So many of you not on my side in terms of Mathieu van der Poel winning the stage. So not much faith from you guys. Thanks, guys. But yeah, Mathieu van der Poel doing his best here to prove you guys wrong. That is what he's trying to do here. And yeah, just taking it quite pushing a bit on the descent, but I mean, it's a wet descent, so he needs to just take it a bit careful here. Just need to taking a bit careful. Yeah, we're seeing Mathieu van der Poel, 29 kilometers still to go here of the stage. Is he gonna be taking the victory today? I mean, I would love to say yes, but it's still in the balance right now. He's lost about 10 seconds of his gap. So 29 kilometers still to go here. 2 minutes and 33 seconds to that front group. So just losing a bit of his advantage there, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll see if he can hold it all the way to the finish. But for the time being, it's looking very touch and go now. Very touch and go for him. But this would be a great result for him. Getting that jersey as well, that would be just another nice jersey to add to his his career. Not that he really cares when you've got the rainbow jersey in your closet. I don't think many other jerseys really can compare to that, other than maybe the yellow jersey. that he wore back in 2021. But if you want to see me trying to chase Romain Bardet, or actually not chase, be in a chain gang with the DSM team on a rest day last year, which was very spontaneous. That video is in the chat. But confirmation here of that Cat 2. Van der Poel taking the 5 points and Bruno Marais taking 3 points. But mathematically, if Bruno Marais, he could lose that virtual polka dot jersey, as we said. He's 9 points now ahead of Tadej Pogacar. So the sprint he lost to Lenny Martinez earlier really is going to haunt him here. It really is going to haunt him. Was Rhonda saying, Scott, is Bardet ride with your favorite experience with a pro? I think yes, because he shouted at me when they came past me. 28.4 kilometers, 1 minute and 5 seconds. To the second group, 2 minutes and 28 seconds for the yellow jersey group, just so we all know the race situation before I go into a side story. They came past me at like 50 kilometers an hour, I think, or 40 kilometers. And then he shouts at me, sprint, 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 sprint. And yeah, that was very funny. The guy who wore the yellow jersey a few days before. But yeah, it's interesting, the stage, what's going on. And Uno X, obviously, as we said, they are firmly in charge of the peloton because they are trying to protect their 5th place with Tobias Haller Johannesson, who did a very good ride yesterday to actually beat Remco Evenepoel on the climb. And in that second group as well, Mathieu van der Poel 1 minute and 4 seconds ahead of them, but there's Maxim van Hiels, Sepp Kuss, Tobias Foss, Valentin Panapantra, all of them effectively satellite riders, we would guess, even Lenny Martinez potentially. Bruno Amarain there, potentially for Paul Césax, as we saw yesterday. He came back and helped him after being in the break. Henrik Mas, obviously a GC rider, sitting in 10th place, but trying to get further up. Jake Stewart has abandoned the race. Ben Healy in that group as well, Ivan Romeo and Alexei Lutsenko. So a lot of strong climbers in that group. I mean, Henrik Mas has finished in the top 10 before in the Tour de France, so has Alexei Lutsenko. So, well, Tobias Foss in the Giro d'Italia, Sepp Kuss, Vuelta a España, we know that, and former top 10 finisher in the Tour de France. No? That rings a bell. But yeah, Uno X really just keeping the pressure on. The chain is tight, is how we'd say in Danish. And yeah, Uno X, they definitely don't care about the Mathieu van der Poel potential win here. 55 seconds now between Mathieu van der Poel and the second group, so he's losing a bit of time. He lost about 9 seconds. And yeah, he just needs to keep in front. Keep in front, Mathieu. You can do this. We believe. I believe. The chat doesn't believe, but I believe. So we got 21 kilometers until we get to the top of the climb. So that quick maths, that means we're about 10 kilometers until the foot of that climb. So he needs as much of an advantage to the bottom of that climb. You guys are saying that, yeah, you don't believe in a Mathieu van der Poel victory. And now with the time ticking down, 2 minutes and 16, it's not looking great. It's not looking great. I'm not losing faith though. But it's just when you think about it, that Mathieu has been out for this long. And he's got a 9.7 kilometer climb. Yeah, the math is not mathing. So I think maybe if one of the big GC riders goes for it, we could see his lead absolutely wiped off completely. So Mathieu is very much at the mercy of the big favorites here. Yeah, so we'll wait and see here. But there is a lot of good climbers in that second group. When they get on that final climb, maybe we will see a bit of movement in that breakaway as well. How much has Uno X still got left in the tank? They've been destroying the dreams of Mathieu and trying to destroy the dreams of Enric Mas for quite a while. So 2 minutes and 18 seconds, 50 seconds of a gap for Mathieu van der Poel. It was up at 1 minute and 4 seconds not that long ago. So yeah, it's getting very close here. It's gonna, yeah. How much time? You guys were saying about 5 minutes is what Mathieu needs in the final climb if he was going to stay away. Yeah, Mathieu really needs to have some strong gels, some strong carb gels here if he's going to do anything here. Yeah, Mature, I'm sorry. I'm starting to lose faith here. I'm starting to come over to the 68% of you who've said no. But yeah, Uno X still pressing on here. UAT Emirates behind them. They've got 2 minutes and 14 seconds to make up. 44 kilometers an hour, they're saying here on this descent. William just tuned in. Where's Bardet? Bardet is sadly not in the breakaway group. He is in the favorites group. So his final day as a pro. What are we saying as well? Van der Poel for the stage and Scott for UCI president. I mean, yeah, if those two things happened, I think, that was the improbability of that happening there would be very, very high for those two things to happen. I think even one of them right now seems very improbable. Not impossible, but improbable. 23.7 kilometers. Bit of a descent here. So then we come up to uncasserized climb, and then we're not that far before getting to the bottom of that final climb of the Criterium du Dauphine 2025. And we're seeing the yellow jersey, all-conquering yellow jersey with Jonas Vingegaard on his wheel. These two, we're so used to seeing them lock horns. Great rivalry, but this year, as last year, Tadej Pogacar really does have the upper hand on Jonas Vingegaard. So back to the drawing board for Vingegaard for the Tour de France for sure, but I don't think today is going to be the day that he takes the jersey and wins it. So yeah, it will be interesting. And right now, 23 kilometers still to go here. 2 minutes and 14 seconds. And great to have over 1,000 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. As Rhonda said, smash the like button as well. And yeah, what are we saying? Okay, Space wants a poll. What's more likely, Match Van Der Poel win or UCI presidency? I think both of them are very unlikely right now. What are we saying? If I was UCI president, Super Tuck returns, and I'm definitely not making them wear helmets, especially on a final climb. Fair enough. Back to old school cycling. Yeah, I think on like the hot days as well. How often do riders crash uphill? Well, I've seen it before. I think we've all seen them crash uphill, but never like severe. It's never severe crashes when they crash uphill. It's more embarrassing, isn't it? So yeah, uphill, no helmet. Yeah, maybe. But 21.8 kilometers still to go here. 50 seconds, 2 minutes and 10 seconds for Mathieu van der Poel over the yellow jersey group. Getting very close to that final climb of the day. Great to have Monaco in the house as well. Great to have Nils watching from Jutland or Jylland. I am from the other side of Denmark, what they call the Devil Island in Jylland. Bit of fun fact from Danish cycling. Jylland is also the bigger island of Denmark where we have Jonas Vingegaard from. They're very good at cycling on that side of Denmark. But for the time being, Jonas Vingegaard, what can he get out of his Dauphiné this year? He is a former winner of this race, of course, back in 2023. Finished second in 2022, hand in hand with Primož Roglič, winning on that final stage. But is he going to be winning the final stage here? That remains to be seen. Was that the final stage? I think maybe. But yeah, they've had a bit of conditions to go through today. They've had bad weather. They've had sketchy conditions. Mathieu van der Poel almost getting caught out as well. But he's still out in front here. 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Can we just appreciate this time? Mathieu van der Poel is in the lead of the race on the road. This might just disappear in a few kilometers. So for the time being, I'm just enjoying this, seeing the green jersey out in front. He is in the virtual green jersey classification as well. So if he was to take this, he would have to... how many points are up for grabs on the final? Let's see. On the final, you get 15. No. Macho, you needed 6 more points to deny to Pogacar. But Uno X are trying to squash the dream of Van der Poel here. So, it's interesting. But right now we're seeing... What are we seeing? Tadej needs to finish 4th if Macho is going to win the green jersey. I can't remember many times Tadej finishing 4th on a mountain stage. So unless the breakaway does anything, yeah, oops. But yeah, Uno X doing the job of UAE Memory, so extension of Tadej Pogacar's team, but obviously that is all about Enric Mas being in the break. Enric Mas, the Spanish rider, former top 6, top 5 finisher in the Tour de France, serial podium finisher in the Vuelta a España, but here trying something, and yeah, we have to say that. As much as sometimes I'm like, silly tactics by this team, silly tactics by that team, I think it's interesting when they try, because if we just saw a stale ride all the way, nobody doing anything, that would be boring as well. So Movistar is really animating the race, and we have to give them plaudits for that as well. Great to have Eric Brown in the chat as well. Great to have so many people, regulars in the chat as well. We've got Switzerland in the house as well from Maria. And yeah, Uno X are doing an absolutely great bit of teamwork here to try and bring back the man Enric Mas. Enric Mas has about 1 minute and 24 seconds with the other riders as well. So yeah, Mathieu van der Poel, he's very much on borrowed time here. He needs to do everything he can. He's coming under the 2 kilometers, or 2 minutes, but 20 kilometers he's got left. 20 kilometers, please make it. But Macho, the green jersey, can he make it today? How much has he got left in the tank? Doing everything in his power to keep this up. The Flying Dutchman, he's starting to fly a little less here. But yeah, only 20 kilometers to go here. We got that last catch-rise climb of the race. Cat 1 climb, 9.7 kilometers long, as we said. Not too bad of a gradient, if I'm honest. But yeah, I think every bit of... Yeah, he's really turning himself inside out. Very good trading here for Mathieu van der Poel before another Tour de France awaits him. We had the question marks about him after that crash in the mountain bike. Remember that? But yeah, Movistar really pushing on in that second group here. They're trying to do everything to keep Enric Mas's dreams alive. And they're also just keeping quite close to Mathieu van der Poel before this final climb. And that could be a bit of a worry here, and could be good for Bruno Amarai, actually, if he has enough left in the tank to get close enough to pounce and maybe get... Yeah, what does he need? He needs 2 points. 2 points is all that Bruno Amarai needs. And I think you would have to finish 4th or 5th in order to take that Masters jersey. So Tadej Pogacar has 2 jerseys under threat here with the polka dot and the sprinters jersey. He can't win the white anymore. He has the yellow jersey, and it doesn't look like that is going to be threatened today, as we're almost less than 19 kilometers to the finish. 1 minute and 57 seconds for Mathieu van der Poel. Is he going to be able to keep it all the way to the finish? Most of you say no, and I am definitely starting to sway to that school of thought as well. But with seeing riders going out the back here, Louis Meintjes going out the back, Lidl Trek rider going out the back here as well. Lidl Trek, of course, the most prevalent rider in this Dauphiné was the man himself, John Milan, and we'll see what John Milan can do at the Tour. But yeah, mouth-watering sprints in this year's Tour de France, I think, with Tim Merlier, Jasper Philipsen, and Milan, and Biniam Girmay as well, and even Tobias Lund Andreasen as well. So yeah, James saying, enjoying the commentary. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Yes, happy Father's Day, everyone. And 1 minute and 54 seconds. 1 minute and 53 seconds. Mathieu van der Poel, father? Does that ring a bell? I don't think so. Jonas Vingegaard is a father. So maybe happy Father's Day to him. Number 13 here. Is this Matteo Jorgensen getting a bottle here? But for the time being, it's almost less than 18. Well, it is less than 18 kilometers now. Less than 18 kilometers. 20 seconds for the breakaway group now. So they've really just made inroads into the Mathieu van der Poel lead here. So look away, Mathieu van der Poel fans. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we're going to get him winning the stage. I don't think we're going to get him winning the green jersey here. But we have got a very motivated Movistar team here. They're doing everything in their power to try and deny, Tobias Halle Johannesson at 5th place. They're trying to get their man as deep into the top 10 as possible. He's currently sitting 10th. And yeah, Movistar really animating today's stage. They've got about 1 minute and 30 seconds of an advantage to the Uno X led peloton here. UAE Team Emirates just sitting on behind Visma Lease Bike third team. But yeah, Uno X doing an absolute blinder the Continental team here. They will be at the Tour de France as well, so let's hope that they do something similar to this as well and really just go for it. So yeah, everything can happen here still in the race. Anyone can have a puncture. And 17 kilometers still to go here of the race. We've got a depleted peloton to some extent, not completely. Mathieu van der Poel gives up here. I think he's just sitting up. He knows it's less than 20 seconds now. So yeah, Mathieu van der Poel, he's not going to be doing this. So yeah, our pole dies. Our pole dies with Mathieu van der Poel there. So we'll do a break. Will the breakaway win this stage? So any rider in the breakaway, including Mathieu van der Poel, are any of those riders going to be winning the stage today? Stage 8 of this year's Criterium du Dauphine. So they are going to be catching Mathieu van der Poel now with about 7 seconds. So that means that there's a minute and 48 seconds. So Mathieu van der Poel, after a bit of an escapade by himself, a lone ride, just wanted to be in his own thoughts. But now he's going to be coming back to the original breakaway that he was part of. There's 1.8 kilometers until we get to that foot of the final Cascais climb of the day. And that is really where we're going to see fireworks light up here. Carousel Vertigo watching Le Mans 24. I was actually watching Le Mans as well. Didn't quite understand what was going on. But yeah, a lot of Danish drivers in that, including Kevin Magnussen. But that's not cycling. Mathieu van der Poel has been brought back here by the Movistar train led by the under-23 world time trial champion. What a rider to have in your help here. Mathieu van der Poel just slotting in behind. Maybe they're like, Mathieu, what were you doing? He was like, well, I was just trying to have a bit of fun, wasn't I? And I don't really like Bruno Morai's chances of winning the Pogacar jersey, so I was just annoying him with that as well. But 16 kilometers left of this year's Criterium du Dauphine. And who's going to be making the big move here? You guys think no for them to win the stage. There's plenty of good climbers in this group as well. Lenny Martinez in there, Ben Healy in there, Enric Mas in there as we talked about. And we have Sepp Kuss in there as well. So yeah, anything can happen still on the stage. 15.7 kilometers to go with absolutely monstering, thunderous pace. That's the words I was looking for towards the bottom of this climb. Thank you everyone for joining. Smash the like button as well. Subscribe to the channel. We've got the final climb of this year's Criterium du Dauphine. And that is going to be a real treat potentially. Are we going to see fireworks? Are we going to see Tadej Pogacar, the world champion, step off everyone, all his rivals, no one able to respond to him? Yesterday we saw him attack from 11.9 kilometers from the finish. And maybe he can do it once more here again. But Mathieu van der Poel here. He's back of this breakaway group here. 15.2 kilometers still left here. 15.2 kilometers still left. And yeah, it's gonna be spicy this 9.7 kilometer climb. Yeah, how many of these riders in the break have been able to maybe just take it a bit easier because of Movistar doing a lot of his chasing here? Movistar, Romero just taking him down around a corner here. And yeah, this is looking very good here. Looking very good. Yeah, 14.7 kilometers, 1 minute and 23 seconds. Mathieu van der Poel at the back. Oh, okay. Probably wasn't going to happen. And yeah, such a shame. So they come to the foot of a climb, 9.6 kilometers long, 6.9%. The toughest part is the middle-ish section, 7%. Ivan Romero is going to be feeling this as well. So it's going to be the real pure climbers here. Uno X doing their best. They're running out of manpower. Well, no, actually, they've still got 3 riders at the front here. So Uno X doing a very good job here, just keeping the pace high, just keeping it very strong, tough chain here. And yeah, Romain Bardet hopefully is in here, we hope. But Uno X really just pedaling as hard as possible. But Ivan Romeo goes backwards here. Maybe drop chain here. Yeah, Romero is out the back here. He's gone. He's not in the break anymore. So Enric Mas, yeah, Clifton Dunn saying bye Macho, see you at the door. Yeah, pretty much. Unless he goes to, what could he go to? The National Championships of the Netherlands. 1 minute and 23 seconds here. 9 kilometers left of the climb. Not the stage. The stage is 14 kilometers. So we got a bit, 5 kilometers at the top, a bit of a plateau. But for the time being, it's looking very interesting. If you missed the earlier, what I said, Romain Bardet, who's going out the back now, I have a video where I was riding with him for a few minutes. But Romain Bardet, this is curtains to his very impressive career. He waves goodbye to everyone. This is going to be his final day as a professional rider. Not starting the Tour de France, unfortunately. I was hoping maybe. And yeah, we'll see. It is, let's be honest. But 8.8 kilometers, he'll probably be part of the Tour de France criteriums, maybe. Who knows? But 1 minute and 15 seconds is what Uno X has got this down to. UAE are joining the party as well. Uno X. Imagine if Tobias Halle-Johannessen goes out the back. That would be quite funny. Oh no! Is this Bruno Marais? Oh no. Bruno Marais. Dead on arrival. It's not happening. The breakaway is absolutely splitting up here. Bruno Marais is not going to be winning that jersey. It's done. It's over. It's finished. Unless someone can deny Pogacar getting the top points. So one of these riders needs to get the top points if they're going to be able to do it here. Because, this is, Sepp Kuss driving it on here. Lenny Martinez, they're all rocking and rolling with the shoulders. So they're in a lot of hurt, many of these riders. Enric Mas looking very good, judging by the eye test here. But now it's UAE Team Emirates with Nils Pollert, arguably the best domestique last year and the best signing of last year for some people. But 1 minute and 10 seconds is what they're going to have to make up here. And I think they are going to catch this break. Let's be honest. This is Magnus Cort Nielsen going out the back here. The man from Bornholm. And we will see him at the Tour of Denmark as well. But the Dane out the back, done his job. Very good effort by him to destroy the dreams of anyone. And, well, anyone, I say, Mathieu van der Poel and Enric Mas. Little trek rider out the back as well, Jasper Stuyven. 13 kilometers still to go here. 8 kilometers left of this final climb. 8 kilometers left of climbing, and it's UAE Team Emirates at the front saying, thank you, Uno X. You've done a lot of the work for us, so we have a lot of fresh riders here. Will we see something else happening here? Will we see some attacks, some attempts of strategy from Visma Lease bike? Anything can still happen here. Sepp Kuss, what is he going to do? Is he going to be let off the leash and take a win? Hasn't he won a Dauphiné stage? That rings a bell. Or maybe I'm confusing it with another race. Yeah, it's looking very interesting here. But right now it looks like Alexei Lutsenko, channel favorite rider, is struggling. Lenny Martinez rocking and rolling with those shoulders. So that's a bit nervous times for him as well. Ben Healy's looking around. There's a lot of looking around. They got 1 minute and 15 seconds here. Mathieu van der Poel is coming towards the breakaway, so maybe he can say thank you, Uno X, for just destroying my chances of getting the green jersey. So we'll wait and see here. But if Tadej Pogacar doesn't finish fourth, or finishes lower than fourth or lower than third, then he will not get that green jersey. So maybe he can be Tadej. Come on, be a friend. Don't take the win today. But he doesn't really give any charity, does he? Well, he does in real life. 12.4 kilometers, 7.4 kilometers left. And Alexei Lutsenko is the next rider to drop here. The Kazakh rider riding for Israel Premier Tech. Former Astana talisman, but now residing in in Israel Premier Tech. The revamped Israel Premier Tech. They're not the retirement home anymore. They have actually got legit riders now that can do something here. 12.2 kilometers still to go here. A minute of an advantage now. A minute. That's what it's come down to here. A minute. Great to have over 1,400 people in the chat. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Got a video, very good video, coming out tomorrow. But we're seeing riders dropping like flies now. 7 kilometers still left of this climb. 1 minute and 3 seconds. 1 minute and 3 seconds is all that's left of this stage. Well, no, for the breakaway. Their leash, it's being controlled by UAE Team Emirates. They're upping the tempo a bit here. Are we going to see an attack from the world champion covered in that yellow? He's talking with Jonas Vingegaard here. They're just talking. They're just having a bit of a chat here, the two Tour de France champions, the ones who've won the last, 5 Tour de France's combined? Yeah, so Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard. Just having a bit of a chat here. What are they talking about? They're talking about... Who knows? Who knows? They're talking about who do you think is going to win Le Mans today? Or who did you think won Le Mans? Because they've probably not seen the result. Who's going to win the Formula 1 Grand Prix? Is that what they're talking about? Who knows? But for the time being, 11.7 kilometers to go. It's still Niels Pollard of UAE Team Emirates controlling this. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe are coming up here as well. They have a bit of interest in this with... Florian Lipovic looking to defend his position in the GC and that white jersey. So anything can still happen here in the GC group. Are we going to see Lipovic leading them in the Tour de France later in July? Who knows? But for the time being, it's been a very good Dauphiné for him. And we'll wait and see what he can do later on. Yeah, attacks are seeming inevitable here. Yeah, it's Tadej Pogacar is definitely going to be riding this cruise control here. He's won the Dauphiné. Nobody is going to be contesting that, I think. He's not going to be imploding on this kind of a climb. But yeah, acceleration by Enric Mas here. Mas really has everything to gain. Lenny Martinez, Ben Healy and Enric Mas just starting to get a bit of a gap here. The next kilometer is 9%. So yeah, this is very, very hard part of the climb here. Sepp Kuss looking very calm as well. He has that very fluid climbing style that I quite like watching. But yeah, 1 minute and 17 seconds. So they have actually increased their gap a bit. It was down to around a minute, but 6.4 kilometers still to go here of the climb, and then that 5 kilometer plateau-ish false flat for the riders. But yeah, Lenny Martinez still kind of hovering in there, struggling to hang on. The Frenchman won a stage in the Tour de Romandie. Enric Mas, acceleration there. And yeah, I think my feed is a bit behind here, so apologies for that. I'll try and see if I can get it up to speed. But we've got 10.5 kilometers still to go here. Enric Mas and Lenny Martinez. Was Lenny Martinez bluffing a bit here? Yeah, that is a good question here. The Frenchman, can he take the victory? But yeah, Bruno Marais just needs to see someone take away the 10 points, and then he will take that polka dot jersey. He did drop out, the French rider, unfortunately, of the breakaway group, not anything. But Tobias Haljohannessen lifting the pedals as well. The Norwegian, the former Tour de l'Avenir winner, former top 10 finisher. Oh, crash in the peloton. We were just talking about uphill crashes. Crash in the peloton uphill. What a shame. What a shame. So, yeah, crash involving Sergio Higuita, Eddie Dunbar, Paul Césax. And, yeah, wow. That is not what we were expecting. Bruno Marais is going to be swept up by the peloton, I think, shortly as well. And, yeah, strange times. Strange times. We will wait and see. We will wait and see. Yeah. Strange times, but... yeah, Ben Healy, what can he do later in the Tour de France as well is a good question. But yeah, was Lenny Martinez just playing a bit of a bluff game there, rocking a lot with his shoulders there. Torsten Trein was also caught up in that crash as well. So a few crash victims there. And yeah, quite unusual. I'm just trying to get the picture of that crash as well. But yeah, this climb is nearing its end. 10 kilometers still left, so about 5 kilometers left of the stage. But yeah, good movement there by Tobias Johannesson, trying to hit out, trying to force a move. So yeah, obviously that's not good for the break, because they want to try and keep up this for a victory. Is Tadej Pogacar going to allow them to take a victory today? Please, Tadej. You're already going to get your 99th win today anyway with the overall. And if he did win, he would get not only overall, but also the stage win. But yeah, wow. It's very close now, 9.7 kilometers. We still got 4.7 kilometers left of the climb. The climb, 9.7 kilometers in length at 7%. It's been a grueling day today. That we've seen rain, we've seen sunshine, but for the time being, it's still Lenny Martinez out towards the front. And the final 10 kilometers, it is a bit of a false flat in the last 3 kilometers, 4%, and then goes to 2% ish. So not flat at all, but it's certainly not a hilly affair, to say the least. But yeah, we await to see what's going to happen here on the stage. Is it going to be a victory for the breakaway? Most of you think no. So maybe you can be a bit swayed by what's going on right now. Are we going to see Tadej Pogacar absolutely just taking over everything here? And what are we saying? Has Denmark thought about adopting Pogacar? I don't think he would be willing to do that. He's already part of another one. And yeah, we'll wait and see here what's going to happen with Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar here. But yeah, I'm just trying to get pictures of the... my stream has decided to crash, so great. But yeah, right now we are getting very close to the finish. And Lenny Martinez with Enric Mas. Enric Mas could definitely get some time here. And yeah, 9.4 kilometers still to go here. Lenny Martinez struggling to hang on the wheel of Enric Mas. He's getting dropped now-ish. Well, he's not dropped completely. There's about 2-3 bike lengths between the two of them. 4.3 kilometers still to go to the top here. 7% for these two riders. What things do they have in common? Not really anything. And they have a lead of about 1 minute and 16 seconds. Paul Cesar's is 1 minute and 34 seconds down. So he's losing about 16 seconds right now. So Enric Mas would also be gaining time on him. Obviously, the crash wasn't Enric Mas's fault. So 4.2 kilometers still to go. Enric Mas flicked an elbow to Lenny Martinez, but Lenny Martinez was so far down that he couldn't even answer that. So yeah, that was quite a funny flick of the elbow there. Obviously signaling that you want the other rider to do a turn. But Enric Mas doing everything he can here. Everything he can in the race. And if he gets the win here, gets further up in GC, I think that would be a very, very good day for him. A very good Movistar performance as well, considering that they had the yellow jersey and took a stage weight earlier as well. But 8.9 kilometers still to go here of the stage. So we've got about, 3.9 kilometers left of the climb here still to go. And they still have a bit of an advantage here on the yellow jersey group. So no real attack here. No real attack of Tadej Pogacar. Maybe he's just content with this, wants to give back. Doesn't want his 100th win to be the overall of the Criterium du Dauphine. Maybe all of these things. His PR manager said, no, Tadej, get the 100th win at the Tour de France. Maybe that's what he's thinking about. But for the time being, it's 8.7 kilometers still to go here of the stage. Anything can happen. Anything can happen here still. And Tadej Pogacar is just sitting comfortably. 3.7 kilometers still to go here of the stage. Yellow jersey group is 1 minute 5 seconds behind. And Tobias Johannesson is being dragged back here by them. They're dragging back the Norwegian. He's not getting too much of a leash here. So, yeah, he's not really too interested in the win overall. He's more interested in keeping Enric Mas away from his 5th place. 3.6 kilometers still left of the climb. And we're getting ever closer. And we're ever closer here to the top. Are we going to see any of these guys do a move from the yellow jersey group other than Tobias Johannesson a minute, and now it's about a minute, and it's Tim Wellens, I think, or Pavel Sivakov doing a very good job here to just up the tempo even more, keeping it under control here, keeping the Norwegian on a tight leash. 8.5 kilometers to go here, 8.5 kilometers to go. Acceleration from Remco Evenepoel here, so Remco Evenepoel trying to do something. Remco Evenepoel desperately trying to do something here, hitting out, and 3.5 kilometers still left of the climb. But Lenny Martinez and Enric Mas. So Remco Evenepoel just tried to split up the group a bit there, but Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar on the Belgian like hair on soap. And yeah, right now less than a minute, less than almost 50 seconds here. I think this might be going the way of the breakaway now. I think 8.2 kilometers still to go here. 8.2 kilometers. And Remco Evenepoel has got Tobias Hall Johannessen, the man that he got denied 4th place, was it, yesterday by Tobias Hall Johannessen on that stage. Florian Lipovic in trouble here. He's just being brought back here by his teammates. So Lipovic just losing out a bit. We should get the GC standings as well to find out what the differences between these guys are. And right now it's it's looking very crazy right now. Are we gonna get a stage win from this group? 3 kilometers still left to the top of the climb, but the top 3 of the Tour de France last year are together with the former Tour de l'Avenir winner of Tobias Hall Johannessen. So these 4 riders, very powerful quartet, and we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what's going to happen. Lenny Martinez attacking. So it was all a bluff here. And right now, Enric Mas is on the wrong side. He is just being slapped in the face by Lenny Martinez. So a bit of acting going on for Lenny Martinez. He is, Oscar going to Lenny Martinez, rocking and rolling those shoulders, and just absolutely doing his best here to try and get a stage win here. And Lenny Martinez absolutely dropping Enric Mas like a stone. 48 seconds here to the yellow jersey group. 2.8 kilometers until the top of the climb here. And this is great. What is going to happen here? 7.8 kilometers still to go here of the stage. We got plenty of, well, no, not really. We haven't got that much climbing left here. 7.3 kilometers. And Remco Evenepoel is being helped by his satellite rider of Valentin Panapantra, who's dropped back here, or being caught. And Remco Evenepoel, I think he's going to try and really hit out here. Don't know if he's going to the Belgian National Championship. But for the time being, it's looking very good. It's looking very good here. We will wait and see here. 48 seconds here for the yellow jersey group to make up here. But Valentin Panapantra doing his best to keep them as good as possible here. But Florian Lipovic here in a bit of bother after having such a great day yesterday. And wowza. Lenny Martinez. Come on, Lenny. One of the stars of the future. But Valentin Panapantra doing his best here to try and deny his countrymen a win. Obviously, there's 5 kilometers as well at the top of the climb for them to get as well. Lenny Martinez, not the best time trialist. He lost the Tour de Romandie courtesy of the poor time trialing. But Lenny Martinez now, Lenny, changing to Bahrain victorious from Groupama FDJ in the winter. And right now it does show that it is proving dividends here for the young man. And only 22 years old as well. Can he potentially take the stage win? Can he get a very famous victory as well? That would be great to see. On a day where Paul Sisaks has crashed, unfortunately, on the uphill. It looks like he is on the bike. It looks like he is going to be saving his top 10. But good riding here by these riders. Jonas Vingegaard, Tadej Pogacar, Remco Evenepoel, Tobias Hall Johannessen, they're looking around. But Tobias Hall Johannessen in very esteemed, we'll wait and see here. But behind Florian Lipovic has got Matteo Jorgensen on his wheel. So Matteo Jorgensen on his wheel here. 1.9 kilometers still to go here. 6.9 kilometers left of the stage. 5 kilometers, remember, by the time we get to the top. And as Ronda said as well, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We're on 1,500, and I promise I will cut my hair if we get more subscribers. So there you have it. If you don't like the hairstyle, smash the subscribe button. But we are getting very, very close to the last 5 kilometers as well. Florian Lipovic, he is struggling here. Florian Lipovic is losing time. They're saying about 20 seconds now. 20 seconds of a gap. Remco Evenepoel has been dropped by Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar, who've decided that they don't want the extra people. They want to do their own dance here. The 2 Tour de France champions of the last 5 years. They are just dancing up this climb alone. The dance between these two we'll see many times in the Tour de France, obviously, but these two just doing their best to be alone. They don't want anyone else to be with them. And right now, they are doing a very good job distancing everyone. We can see them trying to catch Lenny Martinez. How many are they going to be sweeping up? They've got Sepp Kuss in front of them. So are they going to be attaching to Sepp Kuss? Pogacar will know Sepp Kuss is up the front as well. You've got Ben Healy up there as well, Enric Mas, and then Lenny Martinez. And Bruno Marais, worrying times for him because Tadej Pogacar, if he doesn't finish first on this climb, then that jersey is going to Bruno Marais and AG Tour. But right now, they are sweeping up riders like nothing here. So, Tadej Pogacar, they're 43 seconds down. 43 seconds down here, the yellow jersey. And his arch rival of Jonas Vingegaard here. So these guys are doing well here. The guys are doing very well here to keep them at bay. These two aliens, as many people say as well. This is looking very interesting now for this stage. Sepp Kuss back there as well, as we said. Ben Healy with them as well. The white jersey is losing time here. So the white jersey of Florian Lipovic is losing time. He's about 14 seconds behind Remco Evenepoel is what we're getting here. We're inside 5.8 kilometers. So Sepp Kuss now is guiding Jonas Vingegaard with Tadej Pogacar here. So Sepp Kuss is taking up his normal duties that we're so used to seeing the American leading up, his leader for Visma Leasebike. He is actually leading up the yellow jersey as well with Tadej Pogacar. But less than 800 meters until we get to the top, and I think we are going to get Lenny Martinez. But Jonas Vingegaard attacks. So a bit of an attack here from Vingegaard. Lenny Martinez desperately wants to take the stage win here for Bahrain to get something here, but Jonas Vingegaard, bit of an acceleration by him. We will wait and see if Tadej Pogacar and Jonas will try and take the victory here away from Lenny Martinez here. So, worrying times for Bahrain victorious and Lenny Martinez. And these two are by themselves once more. Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard looking at each other. Such incredible riders. They're group 2 now. So, Enric Mas was in that group. So, they're a bit wrong there. 45 seconds, 453 meters. Lenny Martinez is effectively going to get his countryman polka dot jersey here by taking the top points. But Jonas Vingegaard versus Tadej Pogacar, anything can happen here on the final day of Romain Bardet's career. And check out the video as well where I rode with him on the rest day. Said it so many times, so apologies for anyone who has watched it. But yeah, Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard, they're at the front. Smash the like button, hit the like button, subscribe button, everything. But we will do the recap race analysis later on the Cycling Dane Extra channel as well with Patrick Blake. So join us for that and the Cycling Dane the podcast as well. But Lenny Martinez still has a healthy lead of 47 seconds here and 5 kilometers of flat road. So if he can keep away these two aliens behind him for that amount of length, but he is coming up to the finish of the final climb, so he's going to be the man taking the top points here. I'm not sure if Lenny Martinez, we'll have to double check his virtual points as well in the mountains, but he hasn't been the best, is he? And Lenny Martinez, we'll see what his points tally comes to at the top of this climb. 10 points up here, and Bruno Marais effectively has won that polka dot jersey if my maths is not mistaken. But yeah, 5 kilometers, less than 5 kilometers to go here. And yeah, Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard, they've got a lead on everyone else apart from Lenny Martinez. So yeah, it's a pretty picture for them. And for the time being, 4.5 kilometers left here for Lenny Martinez, or actually less, 4 kilometers left for Lenny Martinez. This is going to be a very famous victory for the youngster. I think this is a PR move. I think UAE were thinking, well, if Tadej wins today, he's going to win 99 and 100. So they want the 100th win to be at the Tour de France for maximum exposure. I think that's the case. I really do. I really, really do. So Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard, yeah, they're coming up towards that line again, or the polka dot jersey. The polka dot jersey is going in the way of the man we said, Bruno Marais. But also the green jersey is gonna go to Tadej Pogacar, unfortunately, because he had to finish 4th or lower to finish less than Mathieu van der Poel. So unfortunately there wasn't that Enric Mas up there. Well, that's a shame. So we're not going to see Mathieu van der Poel winning that jersey. In some of the sprints earlier, he could have been higher up. So yeah, a bit of a shame that. Bit of a shame. Is that true? I don't think that's true. No, it's not true. Dr. Primoz Roglic, Romain Bardet's birthday is on the 9th of November. So completely just not true. 3.5 kilometers to go, and yeah, this is looking like we are going to get a victory from Bahrain victorious. We said that they were a bit of an underwhelming team in this race. 2.5 kilometers to go here. 39 seconds of a lead. Lipovic has caught Remco Evenepoel and Matteo Jorgensen. Tobias Halle Johannessen in this group as well. Paul Cesar, he's losing a lot of time here, unfortunately. 1 minute and 44 seconds down. So unfortunately, the youngster, yeah, a bit of a shame that. And yeah, right now it's looking very interesting, isn't it, for the Tour de France. Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard. We might as well say who will win the Tour de France. Let's just say that. Who will win the Tour de France? We're coming to the conclusion of this race. Yeah, Lenny Martinez, the new superstar for French cycling. Well, he's been that for the last 2 years. Yeah, it's looking very good here for him to potentially take the victory. Please don't deny him of this, Jonas and Tadej. It would be very cruel, very, very cruel, to say the least. Let's put Roglic in there, because maybe you guys think Roglic is going to win. Less than 2.4 kilometers to go here. And yeah, less than 2 kilometers to the finish, actually. Let me just get that right. 1.8 kilometers, 33 seconds here of an advantage. Lenny Martinez absolutely riding his heart out here. And yeah, it is a bit of a false flat, as we said. And it's looking very good for Lenny Martinez to take another victory. He's had such a good year this year, Lenny Martinez. We talked about it earlier. Tour de Romandie, he took a stage win, beating Joao Almeida on the Queen stage in a sprint, had the leader's jersey and lost it on the final day. He was top 5 in the Volta a Catalunya. He took a stage win on the stage that Jonas Vingegaard crashed. And we're seeing Remco Evenepoel attacking in that third group on the road as well. He also finished 3rd in the Tour des Alpes Maritimes. And this is Lenny Martinez, and that's basically it. But he's had a very good year this year, the youngster. 21, so I lied to you all. He's 21. He's going to have his 22nd birthday during the Tour de France. He originally comes from Cannes. And yeah, Lenny Martinez looks like he's going to take his 9th professional victory of his young career. Which, yeah, he's a very explosive rider. He's a very, very good rider. And yeah, a good signing by Lenny Martinez. He's inside the last kilometer now. Ultimate kilometer. Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard. There are bonus seconds available, but I don't think these two are going to be doing anything. And no plans by Tadej Pogacar, or no plans by Jonas Vingegaard and Miss Melissa Bike. I think they kind of threw in the towel. They knew this was going to happen. 30 seconds now. 30 seconds. This is not going to be them. And yeah, a great win here by Lenny Martinez. A great win for him. We'll see what the top 10 is as well. This is going to be some good accountancy of the time later to see what the top 10 is. And yeah, right now Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard doing their best. But on a day that we're losing one of the big stars from French cycling, we're going to see the emergence of the new generation, of course. Top 10 with Paul Césac and a stage win from Lenny Martinez. So the French cycling is very much in safe hands here. Lenny Martinez getting his 9th victory, and it is confirmed. The Bahrain victorious rider has won the race, the stage anyway. And good victory by him. We're getting Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar as well coming in. But a good victory by him. Lenny Martinez, 9th career victory. Solid start to the year for his new team as well. And Bahrain victorious will be very happy about this after being a bit sad about what could have happened here. And anything can happen still on the stage. Well, not really, but in the Tour de France for sure. You guys are overwhelmingly voting for Tadej Pogacar to win that. We were hoping Roglic was going to be at the Tour de Suisse, but I don't think he is in the Tour de Suisse. There was vague rumors that he might have been, but I don't think he is. I think Vlasov is the man leading them up here. We're actually getting to the conclusion as well of the Tour de Suisse momentarily, stage 1. So big breakaway there. So but we're talking about the Criterium du Dauphine, the top 10. We're seeing Ben Healy coming towards the finishing line with Sepp Kuss on his wheel, the Irish rider, getting a minor position here. But Lenny Martinez in first place, Jonas Vingegaard in second place. We'll get the top 10 as well before I scurry off and do the recap race analysis with Patrick Blake of Audu Cycling. And that will be on the Cycling Day in Extra channel, and also available on the Cycling Day in podcast, available on Spotify. But yeah, Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard, saluting each other once more. What a incredible duo these two are, duking it out here on the Dauphiné, the Criterium du Dauphine roads, and we'll see what they can do later on in the Tour de France. But for the time being, that was interesting Dauphiné, wasn't it? Probably favorite Dauphiné, probably not. What Dauphinés do we think back to? My favorite Dauphiné was Fuglsang winning, I think, for the second time when there was, or first time was it maybe, when there was a war between Chris Froome and Richie Porte. We're seeing Carlos Rodriguez coming up to the finishing line as well. What can he do later in the tour as well? So there's a lot of things to draw out of this as well. But the top 10. Have we got the top 10? Quickly just go through the top 10 as well. We have got a top 10. So Lenny Martinez takes the victory. Jonas Vingegaard in second place, 34 seconds down together with Tadej Pogacar. Matteo Jorgensen, 40 seconds down in fourth place. Beats Remco Evenepoel. Enric Mas in sixth place. Florian Lipovic in seventh place. So Patrick will be very happy about that in the recap race analysis. Tobias Haller Johannesson didn't manage to claw back Enric Mas completely, but finished on the same time. Ben Healy, 9th place, and Sepp Kuss in 10th place. Tadej wins his 99th victory, so they didn't get that 100th victory that we spoke about, and I think it was purely down to PR, if I'm honest. But smash the like button, hit the like button. Final day of One Man Day, and for the time being, it's all still to play for here in the Tour de France. We'll wait and